How's it going, everyone? What are you doing, camera? Hope everyone has had a good weekend. Brad, Vinci, Steven, how are y'all doing? Brad, I hope you fully recovered. As for what we have planned for tonight, it's nothing. I've got nothing. So, I'm hoping that y'all can give me an idea. Looking for my vape. Found it. I do have a fallback plan in case you guys don't have a plan. But you don't want to know what it is. Promise you. No, so today I worked on the Micron some. I think I figured out what the issue was, but ended up having to print new faceplate for it. Only 2 to go. 2 plates or 2 parts. So we've got new face for the Micron. Ordered a new fan though, so because the 3010 I put in it the other day was dead as well. Switches show up in the mail? Huh? I don't know. Let me go check. Stand by. No, does not look like. When did you send them, Brad? I mean, it's possible. The old lady grabbed the mail on Friday, so it's possible that it's in there on the counter, and I didn't notice it. Tuesday? Probably not here yet. Just judging by the fact that the package took a week. Probably not here. I'll look when I go inside, see if there's anything on the counter that I missed. I've been avoiding looking at it. It's all bills that I don't have money to fucking pay right now, so not a whole lot of point in looking at it. Yeah, the post is severely lacking these days. Has been since at least like October of last year. So yeah, did that today. What else did I do today? I cleaned. I switched the flag. There's now a Blackbeard flag back there. Oh, you guys want to switch the V0 over to Calico and figure out how to make this ignore the MCU? We could do that. That needs done. No, the it does have the 3010 fan in it. It's this is Physec one. Yeah, I wasn't going to put you guys through putting the ant head together again. Well, I was kind of working on that off stream. So let's see. Calico. No, I wanted you to Google search that, not tell me my history. All right. Let's go here. Kegel, how's it going? So I was looking today, and says that those tube compacts are supposed to ship in November. So I messaged Fabrico and was like, hey, pre-orders. If I ended up getting one of those, do you think it would be here by the 22nd of November? I haven't heard back yet, but Hector takes the weekends off, so maybe I'll have an answer tomorrow. I'll have an idea of whether or not it's potentially a possibility to have that tube here for the NG build. Okay, so I guess we're going to do option 2. I think that's what we did the other day. Let's see here. What's this? This is H pi at v0 dot local. Ooh. What is its name? New window? Thought it was V0. It is v0.local. It's just decided that it wants to not show up on the network. JPP, Keela, how's it going? Keela Prince. Sometimes it'll show up on Octo everywhere, even though it won't start on. Yeah, see, I can pull it up on Octo everywhere, but it doesn't want to access it via the network for some reason, which makes no sense because it's clearly connected to the network in order to show up on Octo everywhere. But we'll shut it down and reboot it. Yeah, I want it because the V0 has one of those little screens on the front. And if that thing disconnects, as it's wont to do, the entire thing stops in the middle of everything and shuts down. It is the artist formerly known as Danger Clipper. That is correct. All right. Try this again. SSH pi at v0 dot local. Just follow these steps. Copy. I'm going to show you guys a prime example of one of my biggest pet peeves. Right. Havoc, how's it going? All right, somebody told me how to get back. Was it just this? No. How do I get out of Kiao without having to log out? Somebody told me this the other day, and I can't remember now. We are going to install Calico onto the V0. Yeah, that doesn't go back. Escape. Escape. Nope. Escape does not work either. Nope. Yeah. Oh. We just log in again, I guess. SSH. Pi at v0. Okay. I think if I go into here, it'll give me the option to update it. Do you want to update? Yes. There we go. Update complete. Now, let's go back over here. Let's see if it works this time. Okay. Now, I add this and make sure I get main and put that in Clipper repositories. Enter. No. Where? I did that wrong. Down Under Maker. How's it going? Yeah, half of my city's without power right now. Something happened and they actually shut the power off to half of the city. I don't know what. I just got a text message from the sheriff's department telling me that. Oh my God. Why on earth will you not just let me fucking... Oh. I guess I can't just click someplace.
Guess who I get to see on Halloween night?
Who's that, Smalls?
Yes.
The Pope.
No. Geek.
Was I close?
No. Who do I love with my entire life?
Me.
Oh, I do love you. Who is my best friend?
Me.
Besides you.
I don't know.
Landed.
Ah, that's cool. All right, there we go. Yeah, that'd be awesome, Down Under Maker. Inch of rain in the last 30 minutes. Yikes. You're down for some flooding. Zombie apocalypse? No word yet. One can only hope, though. Drop bears doing their job. What is a bunny yips? I'm not sure what that is. Saw a video on my feed. Well, at least you're on a hill. I sit at the bottom of the hill. All right, Control X. Save. Yes. Enter. Fantastic. Now, this is my biggest pet peeve with instructions. See how we're given a walkthrough on how to switch to Calico, right? And it tells you to CD into this and do that. And then it tells you from the Kiel menu, why not just, I don't know, give me this command that tells me how to get into Kiel so I don't have to go look it up. You're given a step-by-step walkthrough for people that don't know how to do it. Just finish the step-by-step walkthrough. All right. And of course, this isn't going to work. So I got to exit out of it. Steven, did you go listen to it? Why not just do the whole thing as an SH file to begin with? That's an excellent question. I have no idea. Now that I've gone to Kiel and got its instructions, I can go into here and I can go to settings, and then I can switch to Clipper repository. 1. And then we're going to switch to 2. Well, I don't know. I've thought about it, but then I'd have to have like some sort of inspiration for what to write. But it seems that one of my fans has done it for me. We'll share that song when the time is right. It is quite amusing. I don't know. JPP, you want to go wake up Dave and I'll play it? If Dave shows up, I'll play it. All right, here we go. So let me turn desktop audio. Probably going to end up having to mute my mic. Oh, wait a second. No, I need to do it on a different screen. There we go. Desktop audio. Okay. All right. So, Dave, I just want you to know that that's going to be our theme song when you build your first blaster, bud. Me and you, blaster buddies. At Murph, I'm gonna bring a big boom box. I'll make sure that we have tables right next to each other. I'm just gonna have my blasters reaching over on your table, and we're gonna play that on loop all of Murph. That's hilarious. Yeah, Steven's got the Bluetooth speaker for us. That's right. So I'd like to take this moment to ask everyone to take a moment, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not. You might want to undo the unsubscribe you recently pushed. Consider becoming a channel member. I don't know. You guys are awesome. All right. It is an earworm. Very K-pop. Very K-pop. All right. So I switched. Now what do I do? I don't need to do that. Okay, so we're going to do back. Back. Enter. All right. Back, enter. All right, now we're going to do... Oh, did it already install it? I don't have to go back and install? It just switched it and installed it all at the same time? Is that accurate? That's what it looks like. Let's go over here to v0.local. What are you talking about? It's not a valid config section. All right. This might be one of those situations where we need to reboot. Jeb, welcome, welcome. So when you guys make those AI songs, do you like come up with all the lyrics yourself, or do you just like give it like a general prompt of I want a song with this kind of lyric in this style? We are working on we are switching from Clipper to Calico. And I don't know if it just does not like the LED effects stuff or what the deal is with that. Ah, interesting. What do you guys use for that? Like ChatGPT? Is there something specific? Suno? Never heard of that one. Ugh. Does Calico not like the Clipper LED effects stuff, or what's the deal with that? It took a turn. Yeah, I'd say it took a turn. I loved Alf, man. That was my show when I was a little kid. My parents' license plate was even Alf 10A. All right, so if I go in here and if I don't include the LED config, save and restart. Yeah, it clearly just does not like that. I wonder if I reinstall it, if we'll just do that thing where we blindly hit update on everything. Oh, Brad, don't start with the Chinese food. I'm starving, and I've wanted Chinese food for weeks. I love Chinese food. The kids love Chinese food too. The old lady just doesn't like it. My wallet doesn't like it either. Holy shit. Last time I ordered Chinese food, and we don't order anything crazy, it's like order some sweet and sour chicken, some pork fried rice, and some egg rolls and crap. And it was like $75. We had homemade stuffed shells tonight. That's what we had. But that's like a little bit of pasta and a whole bunch of cheese and a little bit of sauce. And so now I'm starving again because I'm a fat guy. Yeah, it's very good. But the old lady makes hers wrong, so we have to make two different dishes. She makes hers with cottage cheese for some reason. Ooh, homemade sourdough bread. I love bread. That's a problem. I know, Steven. The worst part about it is as soon as my daughter hears it, she's going to want me to play it nonstop in the car. Listen, we need to all agree that we are not going to let Albie hear this song until Murph. Okay? I might even have to go back and edit this stream after the fact to take it out to make sure that he doesn't accidentally find it. Not that I think that he'd ever go watch my streams, but somebody might tip him off. The RAM turned out nice. That's good. How many times can we click the update button before something breaks? Now, if I click update on Clipper, it's going to update Calico, correct? Is that right? It's not going to update Clipper. It's going to be updating Calico. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. I'm just clicking update on everything. By commenting out the LED effects config, it fixed the error. Yes. Because they have a tendency to put stuff in there and break stuff. But as stuff's already half broken, we might as well see if we break it all the way, or maybe hitting update fixes something. Who knows? So, like, we're going from Clipper 12 to Clipper 13. Was it going from 11 to 12 that made you have to reflash all your MCUs? Just do get pulled at everything. Yep, you can definitely wipe your CAN network. So far we've gotten lucky. The only thing I never update is I never update Crow's Nest, because with the camera things, it always breaks the freaking cameras. And then I have to go back and roll it back anyway. Ooh, MCU display. See that? What does sonar do? Does anybody know? Normally, what I would do is every few months, I would go and update everything. Make sure I had the entire day clear. That way, if it broke anything, all right, now, did that fix it so that I can turn the LED effects back on? Save and restart. No. Well. Been slowly removing all the LEDs out of everything anyway. Okay. All right. Now, to begin using Calico, start by installing. Features. So Calico's just got some extra stuff baked in. The reason why we've installed this right this second is we want the non-critical MCU. Danger options. A collection of options. It's got a bunch of different options for sensorless homing, which I might want to look into. Non-critical MCU. No. Non-limited pressure advance. Yep. Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff in it that I'm not entirely sure. I think there's different PID stuff you can do. High precision stepping. Smooth input shapers. More pressure advanced stuff. Wow, they've got a lot of different stuff. A whole world of more stuff to learn. I just this is all I want. Jesus. Why? Yeah, okay. I'll try to reinstall it here in a second. I'm trying to figure out how in the world to set this as a non-critical MCU. But apparently that's not a term that's anywhere on the site. Where is it at? I did. I just this is what I did. I just did option 2, ran through this, and that was it. Doesn't really tell me anything else. Probably tells me to read something. MCU is non-critical. Enables marking of an MCU as optional. It can be freely disconnected and connected at will. Use MCU basics. So if I go into V0 display, how would I make them say this is non-critical? As this says MCU is non-critical. Serial is non-critical. Copy. V0. Enter. Is non-critical. Excellent. We got there. And it's not crying about anything. All right. Now, let's reboot it. I don't know if you saw that or not, how that one MCU pegs up to 100% anytime anything changes. That's the freaking screen. Can't tell you how many prints I've lost because of that stupid screen. RTFM, what does that mean? Like, this is something I'll look into. All right, let's see if we turn this back on if it cries again. Read the friggin' manual. All right, yeah. Unhandled expect. Listen, that's a lot. That's a lot of manual to read, though, to figure out one thing, one little thing. Like, I knew it couldn't be hard. It was just a matter of finding it. All right, shut down, turn it off, and turn it back on again. You tell me what the underlying issue is, and I'll address it down under Maker. But as far as I can tell, it's just the fucking screens are cheap pieces of shit. Later, JPP. Have a good night. Interesting. You see how that's pegged at 100%? Yeah, I did. I went and reinstalled it. See, I just went and installed LED effect. Unless I need to install it under a different path. Yeah, it's at 27 now, but like it pegs up to 100%. See, it's just fluctuating wildly to 37. Like, let me see if it. See, it's up to 41. Such that. If I go into this and I go and just tell it to heat up the extruder. See how it pegged up to 100 just because I told it to heat up the extruder and it's having to change data on the screen? 0, enter. I told it to turn off the heater and it pegged to 100 for the MCU display. I did too, but then I wanted the little damn display on it. I normally only use it for when like I've got to like cancel a print and I've got to heat up the nozzle to get the filament out or something. They just have like no memory to them, so it pegs out that little STM board that's on there and the tiny little bit of, I don't even think there's a meg of memory on there. I think it's like kilobytes of memory that's on there, and that's it. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm not going to argue that is a 100% valid reason to do it. No. The screen that's on it is one of these. One of these little things. This one's a Pico. So they've updated them now to have Raspberry Pi Picos. But they used to be just an STM controller. I think it's just this STM32F042X6 and whatever memory happens to be in that. Yeah, I'll check it. It's pulling power from the Pi. It's running. I think it is anyway. Next time I have it off, I'll check it. It's all right. Let's try uninstalling this and then reinstalling it. SSH pi at v0.local. Copy. Uninstall. Excellent. Now, I close that. I do that. Oh yeah, it's a known nightmare. It is a known issue. That's probably why they have RP2040s on them now. It is definitely a known issue. Moonraker.config. Do I have this in here a bunch of times? Turn that on again. Save and restart. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not an issue that it's a sporadic intermittent issue. There'd be days where every single print I tried to send to it, it would have this problem. And then there'd be stretches of months where I would never have the issue. Yeah, so I don't know. Why that doesn't want to work. It's going to yell about all these status commands though, so. I no longer care. Yeah, I don't think it's that. Like I said, it's been a huge issue in the past. Everybody that has these displays knows that it's an issue. It's not a huge deal. 99% of the time I don't need the display. So if it can just ignore it if it doesn't fucking work, then great. That's all I need. Night, Deeply. Have a good one. All right. So that accomplishes what I wanted to accomplish with Calico on the V0. So that's good. So I was trying to print the Dragon Burner stuff for this, for the V0, when the Micron refused to work still. I don't know what to do with that now. Kind of half lost my motivation to switch that over to the Dragon Burner now. I don't know. We'll see what comes. I need to figure out. Need to figure out some projects here. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. We've got a month and a half between now and surgery. I don't want to get into anything major because I'd like to have most everything wrapped up so that after I've recovered and while I'm recovering, I don't have projects lingering above my head. We have the ERCF that we can build. We have the switch wire that is waiting on the cartographer to get here. And then we'll wrap that up. So we got a couple more days. I'm assuming that as long as that cartographer gets here sometime this week, it'll be finished up by the weekend. You never finished your ERCF V2? V3's out now. We have the CHCXL hot end that we can put into the Trident. Now that I've got the rest of that fixed, I think that'll be a relatively smooth process. What do we got? Oh, that's what I want to know. Is, am I even going to be able to I am so happy. The plan, one of the things that I said I wanted to do when I went out on disability, short-term disability, was I wanted to work on learning Fusion. And I have done that a little bit. I've made some progress, but then like I won't touch it for a few days, and because none of it's like sunk in, like when I go back to it, I've got to go back a little bit to try to learn everything I learned last time that I sat down for it. But while I'm laid up, my even if I'm like laid up in bed, I don't know what recovery looks like. My one laptop will run Fusion. So I plan on spending a lot of that time learning Fusion, because one of the things I'd like to do is I've got a couple ideas for some projects that I would like to do and design. They don't exist. Yeah. I've got an idea for an entire blaster thing. I started working on it actually already in Fusion. I don't know if I have the points or not for it. I don't know how much it costs. I'm almost to the point where I can get myself one of those printables hoodies, but apparently you got to pay for all the shipping and everything still, which that's kind of shit. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna work on learning Fusion. So like I said, we got the CHC XL hot end to put in there. I don't know. Honestly, that almost looks like it'll still work. And still bolt onto that carriage mount. I was worried that this wouldn't mount onto the bolt in on the back on that Vitali CNC. Whatchamacallit? Oh, XR bunker. Shammy sent me over the NeoPixel hub, so that's another thing we've got to do for the next month. Is we've got WLED with the with that. I need to make a list. Let's make a list. That's right. Joseph, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. All right, so we've got the Trident. We've got the CHC XL hot end. We have Trident NeoPixel hub. What else did I say we had? Oh, yes, we've got the switch wire. We've got the ERCF. We've got, if I ever get the filament, we've got the Mammoth. And we've got the Reaver, if I ever get that kit. Nice. Do they still charge you shipping? I don't know. Is it just me that feels like if I've collected the points to get something for free, that should mean it's free, not we'll give you this, but pay us $30 to ship it to you. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know that we're going to do the water cooling on the steppers. Just because that's a lot to get into modifying stuff, and I don't know that it's worth it in any way, shape, or form. All right, and then yeah, brisket does. So here's a funny thing, you should mention that. So the other week, I go, well, I think it was earlier this week. I think it was Monday. We went grocery shopping, and I'm in the Kroger's, and I got a smoker. A few months back, right? Boss at work gave me a smoker. He had a bunch of them, and regardless, he gave me a smoker, and I was in Kroger's grocery store here. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. And they had a brisket on clearance. It was originally $90, and it was marked like 60% off. It was like $40, a little under $40. And I was like, man, I really want a brisket, but it's not like a cut of meat. It's not like buying a giant pack of hamburger where I can bring it home, break it up into some smaller packages and put it in the freezer for later. It's one of those cuts of meat that you got to do the whole thing. And I'm like, I don't have anybody that would eat all of this. So I was like, it would be a terrible waste to buy. But I do love brisket. Yeah. So 2 blasters, an ERCF, finish the switch wire, NeoPixel hub, and CHC-XL hot end. So CHC should be one day, but we all know how my streams tend to go. I don't have a Costco membership. NeoPixel hub. That might be over the course of 2 streams. One to install it, like unwire everything from where it's at now and rewire it in. Another stream to program it. Probably 2 streams to program it because I don't have any idea how all that works. I got sent some links, so got them bookmarked. ERCF, that's probably going to be at least a solid week to build and get that thing running on the switch wire once we have the switch wire built. Mammoth is 1 stream, Reaver is 1 stream, but again, I'm waiting for stuff to come in for that. And then, of course, on the 22nd of November, we have the big celebration stream for that we're going to build the Ender 3 NG. Yeah, it does have a bunch of changes. I printed everything out back when it was originally the 2.5 beta. It's all public release now, so I can show all this shit. It's been sitting in a box for what? 10 months or more, and I haven't been able to show any of it. So now it may have updated since, but I don't think this has. This is the new cottontail buffer system. So these print in pieces now, so it's a lot easier to get that all printed. And then all your wheels attached to this crank on the side. So you run your filament up, put it in there, and then just turn this, then put it and feed it through. Then just keep doing that for all your other ones. So that's a nice quality of life change. I don't remember how much, if any of it, I've actually like put together. None of it. I printed, like, I got to go back and reprint all of it. But the housings changed to where your filament runs through. The carriages, cartridges, whatever, they all changed. It's now direct drive. There's not a belt on the side from your stepper motor over. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that got changed. So we can work on doing this. Way cheaper than Europe and no chlorine? What? So, 8-lane Rage Rabbit carrot feeder we can put onto the switch wire. That'll be fun. Yeah, I think a lot of the world refuses to take our meat, and then we used to refuse to take meat from a lot of places. I know. Last I knew, we still want to import beef from Europe. I don't think we import beef from anywhere, actually. If I'm not mistaken, I think we do import a lot of chicken, which is really weird considering how much fucking chicken farms there are. You know, if they'd stop taking all of the farmland and putting goddamn fucking solar panels on it, maybe we could feed ourselves and not have to import anything. Oh, I don't know. The world's a crazy place. A lot of it is politics for the sake of politics. Doing one thing to try to force somebody into doing another thing that you want them to do. There's a lot of reasons why Down Under Maker, but we're going to regret them. We're going to regret that choice. And farmers that rent the fields are just leaving the crops to rot because it'll cost more to harvest them than they can get for the crop. Yeah. There's a lot of things that have gone really sideways in the world. And it's not just a recent development. This has been going on for decades. Arguably, you might be able to start counting when stuff started going wrong in centuries, I guess. I don't know. I just keep trying to make it day to day and take care of me and mine, you know what I mean? I don't know. I like tea. But I don't know. We live with the consequences of our ancestors, and our descendants will live with the consequences of our decisions, be it good or bad. You like to think that people make decisions for the right reasons, though. I just don't know that is the case in the world today. And I mean in the world. I'm not singling out any one country. But that's enough of that. I try not to get into that kind of crap too much. I just wish things were better for everybody. I get it. People in the U.S. sit here and make fun of you guys. People in the U.S. sit and make fun of politics in the rest of the world, too. I don't take it personally. We sit here and poke fun out of ourselves. What are you talking about? We don't even need you. One side is always poking at the other for something. I don't even pay attention to it. They were talking about something with Portland and Vice on Steve's stream. And I'm just like, I have no idea what you're even talking about at this point. That's how little I pay attention anymore. Clearly, this is something big and something humorous, and I have no idea what you're talking about. I just sit back and watch 3D printing content on YouTube and some science videos, and Yeah, it's the same here. It's very much the same here. You got people that do take it very seriously, but by and large, most people just kind of tend to agree that politicians are shit. Anyway, so tomorrow, what should we do tomorrow? Let me reference my list. Does anybody want to buy water cooling for their 3D printer, for their stepper motors? A momentary lapse in judgment. Although I guess the NG, you could easily water cool those steppers. They seem like they're exposed, but got the radiator, got the water pump, got all the tubings. Ooh, what do we got in here? Screws. Oh yeah, these are the M3x60s that I needed to do this with. Got the blocks to put on the steppers. I just don't know that I want to cut up stuff on the Trident to be able to plumb that in and then have something leak and pour water all down into my electronics bay. Not really high on my list. Ugh. I don't know. You're gonna go all-wheel drive on 2.4 after Christmas? Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. So I know that I razz you a lot about the beta stuff. And truth be told, I wouldn't want to do beta testing. I've done beta testing on a lot of stuff, and the constant unbuilding and rebuilding of stuff, putting other stuff at risk, like all right, Steven. Yeah, if you're interested in it, let me know. Yeah, exactly. You put all of your own personal electronics at risk to test something, and you're going to report back, hey, your electronics have this issue. It blew up my Pi 3, and they're going to be like, thanks for letting us know. Good luck replacing your Pi 3. You're not going to go, oh, shit, man, that sucks. Let me get you a new Pi. So you're taking money out of your own pocket and time and effort and energy and not really getting anything in return for it. I mean, if you enjoy doing that kind of stuff, it's one thing. I'm not saying that there's no value in it and it's stupid for anybody to do. I'm talking about for me personally. So, like, there'll be things that occasionally I'll be like, yeah, I'll, beta test that or whatever, because it's something fun that I would enjoy doing, and I'm willing to eat the cost on, plastic to print something or whatever. But I wouldn't want to do the beta testing that you do. Like I said, I know I razz you about it, but when push comes to shove, I have no interest in actually doing that. And the other half of that is I don't know enough about it to be a valuable asset to do that kind of stuff anyway. A mechanical thing, I'm pretty good at being like, oh no, this doesn't work for this reason. But if I had a, you know, the latest version of Big Tree Tech's next Kraken board or, whatever, and I hooked it up and it didn't work, I'm going to be at a loss to figure out and know why. So I wouldn't be able to provide much valuable feedback either. So be little value to me and little value to them. So it wouldn't make any sense. If you want me to show off your cool thing that you've done beta testing and you want to send it to me to install your final product, maybe we can talk. Yikes. Yeah, like, it seems like it is something that clearly you enjoy doing. And, it is of interest to you. There is no way anybody can watch your content. If you're not subscribed to Down Under Maker, go subscribe to them. And not tell that you really enjoy doing what you're doing. It's just... yeah, we all have things. Like I said, there are things that I would very much enjoy doing the beta testing on. If Martin tomorrow was like, hey, bud, I designed this blaster, you want to print it on your equipment and make sure everything works on your stuff like it works on mine, I'd be like, absolutely, I want to print your blaster and test it out. It's just a matter of what interests you. If Jason's like, hey, we've got this new, printer project, and do you want to build this printer and let us know what you think of the printer and stuff? And it's not like me beta testing software or beta testing electronic stuff that I wouldn't know how to diagnose anything with, but it was a Leviathan board and an orbiter and an orbiter 2 board and hardware I'm familiar with there. It's just a new design. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad I'm at the top of your list. You're at the top of mine as well. After I'm done recovering, hopefully I have, and learning Fusion, hopefully I have a pretty cool design to send you and have you beta test. Yeah. No doubts. And I'm grateful for you. Let me tell you what, because when I inevitably order one for something, hopefully I don't have to order one to replace the H36, but it's starting to look like I probably will. I'll be really grateful for all you guys who put all that time, energy, and effort into doing something that I couldn't and wouldn't want to do. But anyway, it is drawing in on midnight. Yeah, I appreciate that. So I'm gonna call it a night, and I think we might skip streaming tomorrow. I've got a bunch of things to do. Back to the nights again. Oof. So I will see you all later. Night. Later, Clown Hammer.